Do you have a question from the line of Bryan Vera with Leave It in the Ring? Your line is live.
Hi, question here, kind of for all three of you, actually. Going into the 10th round and after the 10th round, you guys are all celebrating. You seem pretty sure of the decision. I guess, what was going through your head right before you heard it?
Brian? Yeah, for me, I thought it was I was looking for it early, but, me and Ronnie were very happy with the way things were going, so I thought for sure we had it, man.
Well, for me, yes, for me, I was happy because Bryan followed the game plan to the T. I couldn't ask him to do no more than what he did that night. And right after the fight, though, I had my suspicions, I really did, but I told Bryan, no matter what the decision is, he won the fight. I said, no matter what the decision is, he won the fight. And, always in the back of my mind, I've been through this so many times, with Pernell Whitaker and Chavez Sr., with Pernell Whitaker, with Eric Landry Laura, and Paul Williams, so nothing surprised me. But, this was a really blowout by Bryan Vera. And, for them to give Julio Jr. A unanimous decision was really ludicrous.
I just add what Ronnie and Brian said. He clearly won the fight. In the 10th round, I was sitting with Josh from my office. The bottom line is that he's a powerful kid. And I knew that if the 10th round went the way we thought it would, Brian would win a unanimous decision. Never thought, in my mind, that would be so erroneous, the scores are so bizarre. I mean, even to this day, people are talking about the scores. Even Bob Arum, as the promoter, the other guy, who has to say, promoter Chavez, he says, well, it was a close fight, 6-4, I call it even. Even he says that Marty Dinkins was off, and so was Gwen. I mean, Gwen, she's just bizarre. I mean, she shouldn't be judging anymore. But in the meantime, where we're going from here is a rematch. And everybody wants to see it. And I understand that Mark Abrams took a poll. There were 60 reporters, 56 saw Brian win, and 4 saw a draw, and nobody saw Chavez winning. So clearly, it's a bad situation for boxing because it has to be rectified. The only way it gets rectified is another fight in Texas, in the state where Brian's from. That's where it's at right now so far.
As a reminder, if you would like to ask a question, you may do so by pressing star and then 1 on your telephone keypad. We do have a question from the line of Lem Satterfield with ringtv.com. Your line is live.
Artie, how you doing?
Hey, Lem, good, bud.
Yeah, I talked to your buddy Joe DeGuardia, and I actually talked to Lampley. You just mentioned, where do we go from here? How much pressure in your mind, and I don't know if you've talked to Joe, how much pressure is on the judges in Florida, and that fight in particular with Cotto and Rodriguez, which is very similar in my mind to this one where, Chavez was the A side and Cotto is the A side. Do you see, rightly or wrongly, there being any pressure on that situation?
Well, let me just say this to you. You would hope that they would play it straight. I mean, you would hope that they would see the fight, who's winning the fight, and not who's supposed to win the fight. But you don't know that because look what happened. TJ Ross has Canelo a draw. So you would have thought the officials, she's forced to resign. You would have thought the officials in California would have taken a page out of what's going on in Nevada and played it the right way. And saw the winner because he won the fight, not because they wanted to see a certain guy win the fight, or have a preconceived idea who won the fight before the event actually took place. So the answer to your question, I have no idea. I have no idea, because part of the problem is with our industry is that the officials are not held accountable for their action. There is no suspension in place. There's no fines. There's no review. All of the commissions, they stand by their officials, right or wrong, which is wrong. I'm a licensed fight promoter. Should I make a mistake? Should there be a problem? There are repercussions for me. But there's nobody that holds the officials accountable. Very few times does anybody say, hey, you were wrong, you're suspended, you're fined, and whatever. And that's the basic problem of the officiating, because they're not held accountable to anybody. So what they do, and as they do it, it's not brought under scrutiny. And what happened in Nevada, Keith Kaiser got in trouble because he stood by the official blindly instead of saying nothing and seeing how it played out. He got in trouble with his governor. So to answer your question, I have no clue what's going to happen in Florida. I don't know the people who are appointed. And you would hope that what goes on in Florida will be a lot better than what happened in California.
Okay, now let me, along those lines, really, even though you're going to Texas, and I'd like Bryan, is Bryan on the line?
Yeah, Bryan Vera.
Okay, this is for you, Bryan, and for Ronnie. Really, even though you're going to Texas, you don't know what's going to happen. So my question is, Bryan, Ronnie, Artie, how do each of you go through a whole promotion, a whole training camp, not knowing for sure whether A, Chavez is going to come in at the weight he's supposed to, and B, you're going to get what you perceive to be a fair shake? Starting with Bryan, how do you put this all behind you?
And obviously, you know, you just go get ready. I mean, you don't really put it behind you, but I'm not going to stop boxing and give up because of what happened. I'm going to go back and keep with Ronnie and keep with those guys, talk to Artie. And like Ronnie was telling me earlier, we got to make sure the stipulations in the contract before we sign everything, there's real punishment. Not these little punishments that he can afford, like what he got last time. I mean, we got to put real punishments to where he's just threatening to not do these things, you know what I mean? And as far as the judges and things, I mean, I don't know really how to control that. I just know that we have to control Chavez, make sure he comes to the couple late. And I gotta let Ronnie and let Artie and let Dave Watson let them guys handle it. And I gotta go make Sunday Kid and get ready.
Bonnie?
Yes, I think that, you know, we can't worry about the judges. The most important thing is to get Bryan ready, get him in great shape again, and go over the game plan again. And, you know, there's always some stuff that we can go back and change up just a little bit from the last fight. But as far as the weight is concerned, I think the next time, you know, we have to put in the contract that, you know, if he doesn't make weight, it's going to cost him $500,000. Simple as that. And I think that that's only fair. You know, this guy walks away with a lot of money, but he tried to dictate everything. He dictated the weight, he dictated the cancellations, and all of this stuff. And Bryan, you know, he just had to sit back and wait until the fight happened. And when the fight did happen, you know, Bryan just did what he was supposed to do, and he won the fight. So I think this next fight come up, you know, then they have to abide by the rules, or it's not going to be a fight.
Artie, is there any more pressure on you? Is there any more pressure on you right now to you know, make it a more, you know, have more control of the situation? What's your thoughts?
Well, I agree with everything that Ronnie and Bryan said. Control is very difficult, man. The way you do it is like they said, you put things in the contract. And he has to live up to what he signs. At the end of the day, it depends on how much he wants to be a fighter. I mean, and they're right. About the officiating, I'm going to go down there early. If everything goes in place and we get the rematch, I'm going to go down there early. I'll talk to the Texas Commission. I want to have input on who the officials will be as far as, you're not allowed to have input who you want, but you can strike people. I'll get more involved with that as well. But at the end of the day, you can't control a human being. You know, you can put it in a contract what you're supposed to do, and whether he lives up to that is a different story altogether. I can't control my children. I mean, you know, they love me. So I'm not going to control anybody else.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You got it.
Thanks for having the call.
Our next question comes from the line of Brendan Montenegro with RoundByRoundBoxing.com. Your line is live.
Hey, Ryan, how's everything? My question is, as far as weight limit, you started off at one weight and it was changed a few times after that. Are you looking to push it, if you do get the rematch, to stay at 168, or would you do like a medium of 170 and leave it at that, no ifs, ands, or buts? And the other question is, do you feel that the CONCACAF numbers were right, that you only landed 176 out of 734 punches compared to his 125 out of 328?
You asking me?
Yeah.
That question's for you, Brian.
Yeah, Brian.
I don't really know about the marks for punches. I felt like I landed a lot of punches, but as far as the weight, yeah, he has to be at 168. I think Lonnie agrees with that as well. I believe, I think that we have to make him weigh 168. I have no business fighting at 170 over 170. No, I'll come up from 60 to fight 58, so I don't see why we would fight at 170 more than that.
Do you feel you lost a little power moving up, or you're just not comfortable at that weight and you feel that 168 is the max for you?
I just feel like that's why obviously I'm bigger and stronger than everybody at 60. A lot of people are at 60, but at 168, I also feel strong. But when you start going over there, dealing with heavyweights coming down to fight like heavyweights. I mean, for me, I'm trying to make more sense of my career than trying to make a fair blanket deal. So I think 168 is the limit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Our next question comes from the line of Norm Solomon with 15 rounds. Your line is live.
Hi, Artie. I got one question for you. In your talks for the rematch, did Rob say that he talked to Julio Jr.? And what's your sense of whether, given his unreliability through this and a prior fight, do you think the chances are that Julio Jr. will agree to the rematch?
Bob did talk to Junior. He said he was interested in a rematch, and I think he needs to do it because his own fan base is giving him a hard time. There are many reports down in Mexico that they're disappointed with him. He didn't win the fight. He got a gift. And in that world down there, it's very important to be macho, to be stand up. Right. And they're telling him for the rematch himself. So I actually think the rematch is very good. A very good chance to come forward. There's no fights for him right now between now and the end of the year or January or February, as other guys are tied up. Right. So this would also help us get the rematch.
Okay. How about, what do you think, Ronnie? You think he'll agree to it?
I think he will agree to it. I think he's on the spot right now. If he don't agree to it, that means he know he can't beat one. Simple as that. If he was a confident fighter, and you could blame it on whatever he want to blame it on, but he know he lost in his heart. He knows he lost that fight, and that's probably why he won't take it if he doesn't agree to it.
All right, thanks, fellas. Good luck on that.
You got it.
Our next question comes from the line of Steve Gallegos with TheTitleFight.com. Your line is live.
Brian, how are you today, buddy?
Joe, how are you?
Very good, man. Hey, great performance, man. You definitely won that fight. Yeah, Chavez definitely got the gift. And during the fight, especially in the later rounds, particularly the ninth, Chavez, did what, boxing's version of what flopping is. And obviously Lou Moret was having no part of that. Overall, based on the bad officiating, how would you guys rate Lou Moret's refereeing performance?
For me, being in the fight, he did a great job. He took no points away because he knew what I was doing was fair. And I think he knew that Chavez was complaining a lot, man. He was doing it because he didn't want to be in there. He was getting roughed up and trying to play as he could, but I thought the referee did a great job.
Absolutely.
Lou made him fight. I didn't take any
up for him about all his complaining about the low blows and the headbutts. Lou was terrific. He let him fight, and the kid didn't want to fight. It was moaning and groaning the whole night long.
Yeah, I think he was looking for help. He was looking for help the whole night long. He knew he was losing these rounds, and he was looking for the referee to try to take a point away from Bryan. And everything Bryan did was legal. He didn't do nothing illegal. Chavez was trying to use his head. I mean, he was trying to pull up all stops. He was looking for help. He got help from the judges, but not from the referee.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't see no dirty play, no elbows, no low shot. In fact, his trunks looked, very high as well. So yeah, absolutely. And basically, with the high Nielsen ratings, and the controversial decision, if a rematch, goes forward, do you guys feel that you have leverage in negotiating a higher purse on Bryan's end? Most definitely. Most definitely. Because he's going to have to make less, and Bryan's going to have to make more. So, and then we're dealing with that as things go along. But most definitely. Okay. And Bryan, you looked very comfortable at the higher weight, even though you had to come in at 173, you looked sharp, you didn't look like, that it was too much for you. I mean, you're used to fighting, right around, 160. Do you think you're going to stay at super middleweight from here on out, or are you going to go back down to 160? I mean, I don't want to get up on Ryan and those guys after the next fight, but most likely we go back to 60, where there's a lot more options, and the full weight class with a lot of good talent and a lot of big fights. So I'll get with those guys, and we'll figure it out. Okay. Well, that's all the questions I have today. Thanks, Artie. Thanks, Ronnie. Thanks, Bryan, for having this conference call, kind of address some of the issues of the fight. And y'all have a good one. Good luck the next time out. Take care. I'll be right out.
Our next question comes from the line of Carl Freitag with Fight News. Your line is live.
Hello. I was wondering, the decision to cut the fight from 12 to 10 rounds, was that, looking in retrospect, do you think that was a good decision, considering Bryan seemed to have a lot more energy at the end of the fight?
Yes, I think it was a good decision because, look, Chavez, I'm telling you, he was 200 pounds, easily 200 pounds. And I know Bryan. I know what kind of condition he was in. He was in great condition. But I knew coming down the stretch that Chavez was going to try to put his weight on him, and he was going to try to be sitting down on a lot of his shots. So, I didn't want to take the chance. I knew Bryan was faster than him, regardless. But still, at the rate Bryan was throwing punches on a big guy like that. And people have to understand, Bryan's power was still there, but Chavez was able to absorb more because of how big he was. And I still hear the same question, well, when Chavez hit him, he rocked Bryan. But, if a 200-pound man hits you, he's going to rock you every time, But he only hit Bryan with a couple good shots that kind of made Bryan go back a little bit. But at the same time, Bryan outworked him. Bryan threw over 700 punches in this fight. And that's a lot of punches for a super middleweight. But he got along a guy that's had to fight at light heavyweight. I mean, look at the light heavyweight average. Go look at the light heavyweight average and look at what Bryan did, and you'll see why I could have done the 10 rounds.
Before the fight, did you look at the officials and give any thought, considering that like Glenn Adair's 80 and Marty Denkin's 79? Was that a consideration to complain, or was there even an option because this wasn't a title fight?
Who's that addressed to?
Anybody on the Vera team?
Well, first of all, they didn't appoint the officials until Friday. Second of all, it's impossible to replace them unless you have cause. So the answer to that is there's nothing you can do unless you have enough time, and you have to have cause to replace them.
Yeah. Okay. And you're talking about doing this fight in Texas. I know Chavez has a history in Texas. He wasn't tested after one of his fights, and that led to some situation. Would you consider Texas to be a neutral ground, or more Chavez territory, or more Vera territory?
Well, if you're asking Brian, why don't you answer that first, and then I'll take it, because then you and Ronnie go first.
I mean, for me, I think it's more my territory. Obviously, depending on where it is, too. San Antonio, he has a lot of people, but I'm right here in Austin, right down the street, so I don't know. I mean, the judging, I seem to be all right with the judge over there. I hope they would give us a fair shake. You can never tell with them, but I think it gives me more of an advantage than we're in Texas, for sure.
If you're asking me, I think that, like I said earlier in the conversation, I would go to Texas and sit down with them and see what's going on and who they would appoint and have a little bit better handle in it. I don't think Dickie Cole, who is their executive director, wants to be in a position to be criticized, that the fight would be another scandal like it was in California.
Okay, great. Thanks very much.
You got it.
Our next question comes from the line of David Greisman with BoxingScene.com. Your line is live.
Actually, my questions have already been asked. Thank you.
Our next question comes from the line of James Meyer with The Boxing Voice. Your line is live. James Meyer, your line is live.
Sorry about that, I was on mute. But anyway, this question is for Brian and Ronnie. I just wanted to know if you guys have gone back and explored the fight, and if so, do you guys see anything in the actual footage of the fight that you might change going into a rematch that won't allow the judges to score the way they did on Saturday?
Go ahead, Brian. I haven't gone with Ronnie about it, but I mean, for me to I won the fight more clear than when I was at game about watching it, but I would have to just go back to the gym with Ronnie and let him determine on where I need to make changes and that. But as far as myself, I felt like I did what I had to do to win it, and it seemed clear to me.
And as for me, no, I haven't watched the fight back. I don't need to watch it back, really. I caught it the other night, sort of like the last 2 rounds of the fight, but that was it. But, look, I saw it live, and I judge every round, every round for my fighters, I judge it. And I judge it fairly, and if Brian was behind, I would have told him that he was behind during the fight. But I didn't tell him he was behind because he wasn't. He was winning the fight, and that's why I just kept telling him every now and then, Brian would put his hands down and get hit for the shot. And I just told him, don't be macho. You don't have to be macho. Just stick to the game plan. And he went back and he did that. And as far as a rematch is concerned, it's not in me to tell my fighter to train because he got impressed, because he got to do something special because he fights Chavez Jr., in the next fight. No. We train, we put the fight plan together, and that's the way we do it. We can't, because we don't know how judges think. We don't know how they're going to be that night. We just got to do the best that we can possibly do, get in great shape, follow the game plan, and win the fight. And whether the judges said that way or not, in my heart of hearts, we know Brian won the fight. That's just plain and simple as that. Everybody thought he won the fight. So, that's enough for me. And in the next fight, we have to train harder and just add a few more wrinkles to what we already know how to do.
And also, regarding the weight loss, you guys being all the strict on the weight loss policy, have you guys thought of any sort of rehydration clause, or are you guys not that far into negotiations where you talk about stuff like that?
If you're asking me, we're not. If he makes 68, and that's a good pound weight, it'd be pretty hard to put a number in there that he can't be heavier than whatever. But I don't know the answer to that question because we don't have a fight yet. We don't have 100% from him, and HBO is hemming and hawing at this time as they're looking at their budgets. So if it's not then, it'll be on HBO, or that would be on pay-per-view. So right now, we're trying to put together that the fight does happen before the end of the year on the 7th or the 14th.
All right, Reed, that's all the questions I have. Thanks a lot for your time.
I'd just like to say something. I need to get on a plane, so if anybody wants to talk, ask me any more questions, that's fine. If not, I'm going to get off. Everybody else stay on with Bryan and with Ronnie. So if there's nothing else for me, I'll wait a second. They find out, and then I'm going to get on this plane.
Our next question comes from the line of Robert Morales with Los Angeles Daily News. Your line is live.
Thank you. Yeah, I actually have, you're okay, Artie. I have one question for Bryan and one for Ronnie.
Okay, then I'm going to say goodbye, Ronnie and Bryan and Mark. You guys keep talking. Thanks, guys, all the reporters for coming on board. We need your help. And because of what you've done and because of the outcry and the outrage of how the decision went, there could be a bigger fight in the second fight, and that's what we're working on. So everybody have a good day. I'll be on my cell. I'll be in LA. Ciao. Bye, guys. Bye, Ronnie. Bye, Bryan. Take care.
Okay, so Bryan, I'm curious. Immediately after the decision was announced, what went through your head?
I mean, nothing really. I just don't think to myself. You heard the crowd booed, and I just did this, and I won the fight, man. We all felt the same way. They're like, I really had no thoughts. I was kind of disgusted, man. So I just pray, hopefully we can do it again.
Ronnie, I'm wondering. I know that this is not, what you want to see, a decision that your man, apparently deserved it and didn't get. But let me ask you this. Bryan did give a very, very good performance. One of the best, and I know he's gotten better recently as time has gone on. We all know that. I thought this was a terrific performance by him. Do you think that even though he did not get this decision, that his performance alone helped him in his career?
I think without a doubt. I think people have to also look at all the hard work Bryan put into this fight. Sometimes it takes a name to make you fight your best. Let me tell you something. We had 17 weeks of hard work, and every time the fight got canceled, I brought him down a little bit, and then when it was on, we picked it back up. We had to do this fight 4 times. So, and Bryan didn't complain at one time. And I've been with guys before that have complained, this ain't gonna happen, this and that, and they get themselves down. But Bryan just kept pushing and pushing. And I think it showed, it reflected in the fight that, that he worked hard, that he definitely worked harder than Chavez did. And for them not to see that and not to give him the fight, that's, to me, these guys didn't do their job, And someone said something about their age, or it don't matter how old you are. If you could see the fight, we realize that both guys trained. They trained hard. This is their living. This is what they do for a living. And it don't affect these guys in one way or another. They don't care that, that they gave the fight to a guy who didn't deserve it. And that's the thing about it is, not one of these judges has come out and said one thing. But this is what I saw, this is what it is. No, nothing. You heard nothing. Because I'm telling you, I don't know if they was paid off. They could have been, like Virgil Hunter said, he saw some suspicious things going on around ringside. Hey, maybe it was, and again, these judges should have a heart and come out and say, oh yeah, we took some money to give him the fight. Or I made a mistake. I didn't, maybe I didn't look at it the way I was supposed to be looking at it. Say something. Let the public know. If they call themselves fair and honest, then come out fair and honest and say what you believe now.
I see. Outstanding. All right, Ronnie, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from the line of Gina Caruso with True Boxing Heads. Your line is live. Bryan. This is Gina. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Gina. How are you?
Good. My question's for you. Actually, it's more of a statement and then a little bit of a question. I'm sure you know that Twitter totally blew up that night. It was out of control. I mean, Bryan Vera was one of the top trends on Twitter. And, you know, I know it's one thing for boxing fans to say, oh, it's unfair that my fighter lost. Everybody was saying it, Bryan. Networks were saying it, writers were saying it, other boxers were saying it, fans were saying it. So, I mean, I definitely know that the judges say that you lost. We know that you didn't. But how did it feel to gain that much respect and support from so many incredible people?
Oh, that part of the whole thing made me feel good, you know, just because I was looking at the fight.